Okay, hi everyone. Hi everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to All About the Joy. So I sent you all the news items that I wanted to talk about, but I wanted to start off with the Drew Barrymore thing, and then we'll get to the thing, a couple of questions I had. So I just want to let people know, so many people love Drew Barrymore. I don't know if everyone knows what's going on. Do you guys know what's going on with the Drew Barrymore situation? Cynthia's looking at me like,
Yeah.
maybe.
She's like, who?
I heard about it.
Possibly. I know who she is. Right?
I was actually watching Santa Clarita Diet, her show, that I love, when I was on my phone and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I turned it off.
Yeah.
Is she being what's called a scab?
She is being what's called a scab. And
Hmm.
for those of you who may not know, and also for our podcast listeners, I'm so excited. Our numbers are crazy awesome. I'm sorry I had to throw that in there. Thank you for listening to the podcast and watching the show. I appreciate all of you. Shout out to LinkedIn, my people. So, no, nothing happened to Drew Barrymore. She is fine. Well, sort of, but she's fine. I've been saying it over and over and over again. SAG, AFTRA, and the Writers Guild are on strike. She uses writers on her show who are part of the Writers Guild. Her show is contracted with the Writers Guild. So she is not supposed to be airing any new shows starting on Monday. Now, she has made the choice to walk through that picket line anyway. And that's why you're called a scab, because you're not in unity with the union you're a part of. So people are saying, well, why can The View be on, right? The show The View, and why is the show Sherry being on? So I wanted to explain that to the best of my ability. Again, I want to stress, I am not part of the Writers Guild. I am part of SAG-AFTRA, and that's the Actors Guild, but we are in solidarity with our union sisters and brothers always. So I support the Writers Guild 150%. So here's the thing. The View, if you remember how The View was established, you all know why The View became a show, right? Do you guys remember who started The View? Barbara Walters. The View is a broadcast journalism contract. It is not the same as being contracted with the Writers Guild, which is why The View is still airing and why the show Sherry Shepherd's show is going to start on Monday. If you have writers on your show who are part of the guild, you cannot produce your show. That's the deal. And she's decided to cross the picket line, unfortunately. And here's my issue with it, which I haven't heard a lot of people talk about it. Maybe this is my personal bitch, and I'm just going to say it straight up like this. I'm a huge fan of Steven Spielberg. Everybody knows this, right, Andrea? Right. So, because I'm going to talk about Andrea's favorite movie, E.T. So, I've never seen it. But that's where Drew Barrymore, we first saw her as a little kid. You know what I mean? She's just adorable, whatever. Now, the reason why I bring this up is most people don't understand that the Barrymore name, Drew Barrymore, is Hollywood royalty, not because she was in E.T. when she was a kid. Her great-grandfather, her grandfather, her father, her mother even, I believe, all of the Barrymores have been in Hollywood since like the beginning of time. And she grew up in the union system. And that's what I'm pissed about. She has benefited from every union privilege possibility. So she knows exactly what she's doing.
So she knows better, basically.
She knows better, but I'm angry about it because if she really cared about her crew, like that's her argument. She wants the show to go on so she can pay them. Go into your little trust fund and pay them. Do you know what I mean? Go into all the other ways that creative people are trying. I mean, you see all the late night show hosts are doing a podcast, and all the money that they're raising from that, they're using it to pay their staff, and they're also paying out of their own pocket. You know, there are creative ways to do it. And still, it doesn't matter. Even if they went without pay, there's a bigger picture. We're all going without pay. I'm going to lose a couple of my jobs. I've already been, kind of downsizing some of the work that I do, which has nothing to do with my SAG-AFTRA union job. It has everything to do with the fact that I work for post-production houses, because we're not getting any work. So we're all suffering. So I just wanted to give people an update on that? I don't know if any of you have any questions, but you can see how angry I am.
I mean, yeah, it's like it's not like she's new. Like you said, her whole family from generations, have been in this, and it's like a slap in the face,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I just didn't. I mean, I get that she says she's doing, what I don't even know what she actually said, but theoretically, it's like, I don't want my people to be out of work, right? My team, my crew, whatever. But like, neither does anybody else.
Right.
How is this helping
And that's what
them?
they're fighting for.
Yeah, like long term, how is it? And just like, it's kind of shocking to me. Honestly, it really is. Like,
Yeah.
How is this ultimately going to benefit her long run? Like, people are so pissed.
They're so mad. And also people like Matthew McConaughey, Tina Fey, people who were booked on her show have now canceled. They're not going to be on the show because they could have gone on the show. You know what I mean? If she wasn't it's called a struck show. So they've canceled for future engagements. And yeah, I think the weird thing about it is, and I'm going to say this and then we're going to move on. I don't want to hear nothing bad about Keanu Reeves. Okay. So, because she was kind of like the girl version of Keanu Reeves. You know what I mean? Like, we just loved her, bubbly, smart, cool, fun, whatever. She seemed to have no big issues. She had that one Playboy thing that happened back in the day when she was younger. And I don't know what that was about. But, we all make mistakes when we're young. I mean, some mistakes are worse than others. I don't have a Playboy spread anywhere. So, but I just really it was not on my bingo card is what I'm saying. Drew Barrymore becomes the scab.
I'm telling you, I was literally watching her show, like a rewatch, because I think it's funny. Yeah. And I was on my phone and I read it and I was like, oh shit. And I turned off the show. I was like, I can't believe this. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And isn't that going to hurt her future too? Like, who's going to want to put her in a movie now?
I mean, and anybody who goes on the show who's an actor or a writer or whatever, they'll also be scabs too. So they're not going to go on our show.
Right.
I personally think, and I hate thinking this way, but now that I feel this way about her, it kind of makes sense. She was probably worried that she was going to lose a lot of ratings because Sherry's show and I think Jennifer Hudson's shows are the only two shows that are going to be airing because they're under broadcast journalist shows. And I think that's her competition, not The View, because The View is a different kind of show. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that is also just like, that's pathetic. Because if you want to take care of your people, by the way, the writers were all picketing her show. Like, people from her own show were picketing her show. So I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to explain the difference because some people didn't know that. I wrote some stuff on people's streams on Facebook. And it was kind of nice because people were writing like a lot of stuff. And they were like, because people love Drew Barrymore. So they were like sticking up for her. And I was like, look, this isn't about that. And I explained this. And then it was kind of interesting to have people be like, oh, thank you. We didn't know that part. We didn't know the differences in the contracts, whatever. And like, so that's the other part I want to say. If you don't know what you're talking about, maybe there's a thing called Google. And, why don't we kind of think about the most positive things in people, not always assume that everyone is trying to fight and argue for no reason. This idea that somehow anybody would hate her and just have to go after her because we hate her. That's not what's happening, So I thought that was weird too. Like, people were like hating on SAG. It's so weird. Like, and on SAG, I'm sorry, the Writers Guild. She's actually not violating anything regarding SAG-AFTRA because she's not working as an actor. But still.
I think that's the part that's like people, like you said, people love her. So it's like really disappointing.
I'm telling you, put Keanu Reeves in bubble wrap, keep him away from anything. I don't want to hear nothing about him. I don't.
That man is never going to do anything problematic.
Let's have a moment of prayer. Keanu Reeves, man.
Rick.
Rick. We love Keanu. We need somebody to be the wholesome, awesome,
Let's
good
have a prayer
person.
circle for Keanu Reeves, please.
I loved him even more when I found out he's part Portuguese. I was like, yes.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He's family.
Yes, maybe you're related.
Hey, you never know.
23andMe, maybe he's done it. Ancestry.
Never know.
You never know. All right, so I sent you all kind of little list of things that we might talk about. This was my what story in the news in your personal life or work life that gave you pause, good or bad. That really was mine this past week. That really bumped me out. I didn't know if any of you had something you wanted to share.
My grandson was born.
Yay. Congrats.
Wait a minute, grandson.
Wow.
Which child?
Xavier had a boy.
And what did we name him?
Xavion Cairo.
Xavion?
Yes.
Wow. Are we going to call him X?
Probably. I kind of like Cairo. I might call him Kai. I don't know.
Cairo. Yeah, I like that better. Let's not call him X because that just reminds me of Elon now. So when did that happen?
Congratulations. How many days ago?
Tuesday. So 2 days ago.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Did you go see him?
We did. He's so cute. A lot of hair, curly hair.
Wait, did you post the pictures on Facebook?
No. Didn't post any pictures yet. We're not posting pictures yet.
Oh. Okay. I just want to make sure. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't believe you're a grandmother. That don't even make no sense. Yeah, whatever.
That's hard.
Andrea? Rick?
I don't really have anything super exciting. I will say, just not to like turn it all towards work, but I was prepared for a pretty rough week here, and it turned out pretty good. So I feel I'm tired as hell, but I feel a lot better than I did a week ago. So that's
When do you come home?
I leave tomorrow at 5:20 a.m. Central Time. So
Okay.
Yay.
you know how I love getting up early.
Yes.
It was 2 months ago when I couldn't be on the show because of the whole flight situation.
Uh-huh.
I missed the flight. I was late and I missed the flight, and I had to stay in the airport for like 6 hours to catch the next flight. Anyway, so I will be there really freaking early tomorrow. One thing you don't want to do is miss your flight out of Cedar Rapids.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to go to Cedar Rapids if you don't have to. Is probably.
It's actually really nice here right now. The weather is totally perfect.
I've been to Iowa twice. I don't think I ever need to go again. And again, I asked you, did you go see Field of Dreams? Right? If you did you go see it? And you didn't.
I don't know what that. I mean, I know there's the movie, but I don't know what the thing is.
Okay.
I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
My daughter sent me a link to the biggest truck stop in the United States and requested that I go and get her like a keychain. I was like,
you can get it at the airport.
Yeah, you can get me a Cedar Rapids t-shirt that I will never wear. It's so funny.
That reminds me, I did end up last time we talked about Field of Dreams and Andrea was here. You guys said that Andrea said she liked the movie where he was like a government thing and it has like a twist ending.
No Way Out.
Yeah,
No Way Out. Yeah.
I did watch that and I was like, oh yeah, that was good. I didn't expect that ending at all.
That's a great movie, right?
Yeah, but you said
that's one of those, if I come across it, I will always stop and read it.
Yeah, the movie is No Way Out. It's one of Kevin Costner's first films. It's really great. In case you don't know what it is. But it's so weird because you won't see Field of Dreams because of Kevin Costner. I love you. I love you. You're so crazy.
I guess Bodyguard is out too then, I guess.
Oh, did you see The Bodyguard?
I've seen Bodyguard.
Whitney Houston was in it.
I mean, it's Whitney. How can you not?
Yeah.
There has to be something to balance him out. And I got nothing. I mean, it's like, I think the last time you were like, it's about fathers and sons.
I said James Earl Jones. That's all I said. And you were like,
no.
I said James Earl Jones and you had a little pause. You didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, I decided that's not enough.
Oh my God. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get Andrea. I'm going to call her and be like, oh my God, I'm not feeling good. Could you come over for the weekend? And then have her sit down and like tie her down and make her see E.T., Field of Dreams. You know what I mean? Like, I will make her like the Clockwork
That movie
Orange
where they,
eyes open and make her watch it. Here's the thing. I know her well enough that even if she likes
You're like feeding me like potato chips and wine, so I have a positive connotation.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing. I really believe if you watch I know you're never gonna, but if you did watch them, you would actually like them. That's the weird thing.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I think I probably would. I'm just being like a total contrary pain in the ass about it. And, that's me.
Best friend. Remember last week, people, we were having that conversation? Best friends. And Drea, you didn't see the funny clips, man, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I want to see what Rick's thing is for his news of the week if he got something.
So this will be personal experience. It's going to be weird, but I'm just going to tell you about this dream I had. It was so weird.
Okay.
Hey, calm down. Okay, anyway. No, and I'm like, and I totally blame Carmen and all these actors I've been watching on podcasts and stuff for this dream. So in this dream, my friend got me a part in something. And so I'm at the side over here, like reading my lines, trying to learn everything. And I'm not up yet at all. But my friend and some other guy, they're practicing basically. And I guess the director's with them. And I'm like flipping the pages. And all of a sudden the director goes, "Do I hear flipping pages? We're trying to work over here. What are you doing?" I was like, and my friend was like, go away. Go away. He's in the bathroom today. I was like, what the heck? And then it switched into walking down the street and some guy, his nose was running and he kept bothering me. And he's like, "Do you know where there's tissues?" I'm like, "Find a pharmacy. I don't know." Then I'm crossing the street and like a Winnebago thing is like coming down and I'm crossing the street. And he was going so fast, he almost hit me. And then I turn around and go, "Hey, we're walking here," like in a New York accent. And I'm like, okay, Rick is officially crazy.
Dork.
It was so weird.
Why are you blaming me? I think you did. No, I think I know why you had that dream, actually.
Why?
Because we've been analyzing a couple of shows over and over again on Instagram, and we've been talking about their acting abilities back and forth, and we were really analyzing, it's sci-fi, Stargate, I don't know, but we've been really going back and forth watching different clips. So I think that's stuck in the back of your head. But do you secretly want to be an actor? Maybe?
I don't know.
Oh,
Never tried it. Never tried it.
It's a really easy thing to get into. So just, no, it's not. It's really hard. I was being funny.
And now's the best time to get into it, apparently.
Yeah. No, I mean, you could scab if you want. I mean, that's kind of one of the hard things that's happening right now. It's interesting to watch people on TikTok because a lot of the influencers and a lot of the people that want to be actors who are non-union are being approached by producers, by movie studios or whatever. And they're like, they're getting what they think is a lot of money to help promote or do certain things for these studios. And then you see other people who are not even part of the studio system, like some of the film critics on TikTok. There are some pretty amazing young people who have been doing film criticism, television criticism, and they have stopped. They were making income doing it, and they've stopped doing their TikToks in solidarity with an industry that they're not even really a part of. They are, because they do the critical, you know what I mean? Like, it's just an amazing thing to watch. So
yeah, I've seen, because I watch a lot of Marvel related YouTubers, whatever, and there's some that they do review everything that comes out, but they're like, you know what? We're going to follow the rules. We're not going to talk about this, that, and the other. And I'm like, wow.
And they're not part of DGA. They're not part of, I mean, I feel like that kind of integrity is what we're missing in our world right now. And to see it happening, especially on TikTok with all these people, is pretty amazing. And of course, then there are the idiots who are, being scabs. But, people got to do what they got to do. I don't care if you're not part of the union or part of the industry and you making some choices. I care, because I will never support you. But at least that's a little bit more understanding, because you don't understand what you're doing. You know what I mean? But people who are in the industry and making that choice, no. Okay, let's have this fight. This is actually, Ted sent me a text about iPhone. I guess iPhone has come out again with a new phone that you all have to buy. So who has an iPhone? I know Andrea has an iPhone. Oh, in the house. The rest of us all Androids. So are you getting the latest iPhone?
No. The way I do it is, well, I wouldn't say this is regular. I mean, I use my phones for years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's time for me to buy, I will buy like 2 or 3 generations, old.
Right.
Like number one, I don't want to get the new phone because I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, right? You always find out later. So I'm not going to be all like, I'm first in line.
Really? Is that true with iPhones?
I think with anything, I do that with anything. I don't want
any
the first
device.
of anything.
The what? What, Cynthia?
That's any device. Anything that comes out brand new, there's always going to be some glitches with it because it's brand new. They're still figuring it out.
Oh, okay.
I'm like that with all, any, like you said, any kind of device, gadget, whatever. Like, I don't want to be the tester. Just somebody else work out all the kinks, and then I'll come by.
Why would you spend thousands of dollars on a new phone and be a tester? I've never had a problem with any new phone I bought.
People just like to, have the new thing. I mean, they have those like packages where you just, or whatever, like subscriptions, I guess it would be, where you just constantly forever pay like $200 a month or something like that. The same way that you would if you were like financing your phone through the like Verizon or T-Mobile, and then you will automatically get the new one every time. I'm like, that's whatever.
Oh yeah, no, I don't do that.
People who lease cars, I just don't get it.
So Melanie just said, I currently have an iPhone 8 Plus and a 12 mini. I don't even know what that means. This new iPhone 15 may cause me to go back to Android.
Come on back.
Look here's what I wanted to say. So I've never owned an Apple anything or iPhone. And I am someone, and I think Andrea and Cynthia both know this, I really never want anything everybody else has. That's my thing. I always think it's weird. Like, I remember people waiting in line for phones, and I was like, it's just not that important to me. I'm not trying to be like I'm better, whatever. I'm just lazy. I don't want to wait in line for tickets to see concerts. I don't want to wait. This is the bougie part. The bougie part of it is coming out. I just don't have the tolerance for it. And also, I always get worried when masses of people are doing something together. Like, I want to wait and see what happens, and then I'll decide. You know what I mean? So I'm sticking with my rotary phone. I know. But here's what I wanted to tell people, because people are really, I'm not going to say confused, but I don't think people understand this. So I pulled this today off of Stat Counter. And this is a web analytics platform that you can go and they analyze everything. 70% of the world uses Androids, Android-based phones. It's only in the United States where the market share is 56% for iPhones here in the United States. So I always find that so weird that iPhone people tend to be so weirdly snooty about everything regarding iPhone. And now I just read this morning, iPhone is going back to I thought this was a stupid thing, but they're going back to the regular jack that everybody else uses on their
USB-C.
phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, why? I didn't even know they didn't have that. I had no idea. Yeah. So you're saying Andrea couldn't come to my house and use my jack to power her phone?
Nope.
No. Well, so I learned how to use a computer on an Apple computer. And then I had to use, whatever, Windows or whatever they're called. And
Windows would be correct.
I went back to Apple after that. So I'm just an Apple person. I just like it. I'm comfortable with it. That's why, I have all Apple devices, whatever. But for example, I was out here at this event and I had some slides on my computer. I can't plug it into the thing to show my slides because it's all the jacks are not compatible.
Wait, even your computer has a different jack? Oh, that's just stupid. Are you serious? I did not know. Okay, you're saying you have a special computer, but their regular Mac computer would fit.
No. You have to, if you have a Mac, generally you yourself have to probably bring a special adapter,
like I'm going to Europe or something.
General, what is
right?
it,
Like I'm going to
HDMI?
Europe.
There's no
Yeah.
HDMI.
Wow.
So you have to have a adapter that you bring with you, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. If you forget it, like I do, then you're screwed. You got to have somebody else put the slides up.
Here's the thing. I think
It's a
Steve
pain in the
Jobs was a genius. I do. And I think Apple has propelled us. There's no denying the contribution Apple has made to our world. I'm not denying that. I just have always found it this weird thing. It reminds me of, and I know this is like a weird analogy, it's always reminded me of like frat, like fraternities on campus. Like if you're not, or sororities, if you're not in with the cool people, then you can't be. And I've always felt that way about people obsessed with their iPhones and their Macs, like their Apple products. It's a weird, glitchy thing, And here's the other thing: I'm late to the game. I had no idea that when you have an Apple phone, an iPhone, that when somebody texts you from another iPhone, you can see them like you're on WhatsApp. I did not know that. I like that if Cynthia sends me a text message, she don't know if I'm answering her or not. She has to wait till it comes.
You can turn that feature on and off.
Yeah, mine is off.
Mm-hmm. You get the dots, right? It's like 3 dots, and you can. That means that they're texting, and then you'll be waiting, and then the dots will go away.
That would give me anxiety.
It does. I know it does. It's a whole thing.
Like on WhatsApp, that does that too. Like on what what I mean? But I don't.
Even DMing on Instagram, it does that. You can see, they're getting ready to type something.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was an interesting statistic that, iPhones, I think it's I just hate the kind of weirdness when it comes to Macs and iPhones. And my clients all use Macs. And that's the other thing too. Like I use Word on a Mac. It's not really any different than a Word program on. The only thing I don't like is that, it's just, you just got to change some things around when you're trying to move files around and stuff, but it's not a big deal. Melanie said, a flip phone is still on the table. That's true. She also said, I recently found out that Apple and Android text messages are different colors. Are they?
Yeah.
So if I send you a message, it's different than if somebody
green. It comes out green. So this is
those are the jokes. Those are the jokes.
This is, can you see that?
Nope. We just see whiteness.
That's like what do you call it? An Apple message. So it's blue with someone else who has an iPhone, and it comes out, the message is green if it's Android.
So you can't change the colors. Like, for example, if I have Cynthia's like a magenta purple. So when she responds, you know what I mean? And then I have like yellow for like my clients. You can't do it that way.
I don't think so. I mean, if you can, I don't know how to do that. Okay. Maybe my kids are like, bitch, please. Yes, you can, but I don't know how to do it.
Can I change the subject a little bit though? Here's the other thing I can't stand about customer service. Just because I went and bought something doesn't mean I want to give you a motherfucking survey. You know what I mean? Like, have you guys noticed that? I'm really sick and tired of like, I go into a store, I buy something. Like I bought socks. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I bought. I bought socks, but they're compression socks for running. And because I'm walking harder nowadays, I don't know, but I bought compression socks because ever since my surgery, my right calf bothers me a lot. And the compression socks help when I'm trying to go up the stairs and running and stuff, not running, walking when I'm working out. And I got a survey. Can you please take 2 minutes to fill out this survey and let us know? And I was like, they're socks. Like I got 2 pairs of socks. I haven't even worn them yet. So annoying. I don't fill them out.
I get that at work with a company I call, which I kind of call. I have to call them often, but they're always like, "Oh, would you mind? There's a survey at the end. Can you just do this? So it rate me, blah 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 blah." So I'm like, "All right, 1 if it's bad, 5 if it's really good." And I'm like, 5. Are we done?
I don't do them anymore.
But my thing is, time is money. You want me to take my time to stop what I'm doing to do something for you. What am I getting?
Well, they've gone the other extreme. But Cynthia, you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Even pharmacies are now starting to do it. My pharmacy sent me a survey today that I just picked up my medication. Oh, well, tell us how my service was. I'm like, Really? You call me 5 million times during the week to remind me my prescription's ready, and now you want me to do a survey.
I think they've gone from one extreme to the other, but it's annoying. You know what I mean? Like before, you could never ever talk to anybody without jumping hoops. You know what I mean? And now they've gone the other extreme where they're just doing this statistical stuff that's
really it's a way to measure so that they can hire or fire or whatever. You know, I got one paying a bill. I was like, I don't want to be here any longer than I need to. You want to hear what I have to say about this? I will tell you.
Right. It was Edison.
I don't want to pay this anymore.
Yeah. Edison is our utility company, and they have these constant surveys about their new website. You paid your bill today. Would you like to, could you do a survey? I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Literally don't give a single crap about your website.
It used to be like you get a receipt and be like, do the survey and you get a free sandwich or whatever, like it's a food place. And I'm like, hey, if it's free, it's for me. I'm going to do that one. But that's what I'm saying. What do I get out of it? What do I get out of it? I'm doing this work for you.
Yeah.
I ain't no employee.
I'm sorry, I'm cracking up with Rick. Rick is like, if it's free, I'll do it. That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think they're trying, but I think it's the wrong way to do it. And the other thing is too, like today I called Pavilions. Okay, I'll tell you what happened. I went to Pavilions, which is a grocery store here in California, and I wanted deli meats because I was craving a sandwich. So I got, how do you say it? Mortadella, right? Okay, whatever. It's like bologna, but not. Okay, so that's what it is. So I got mortadella and I came home, and when I went to make my little sandwich, the wrapping was still, so they sliced it without the wrapping taken down. And this is like the third time this has happened. And this is going to sound bougie. I threw it out. I can't eat it. I can't do it.
I was in my head. I was like, she did not eat that.
No, I did not. I was just, no. And if I had time, I would have gone back and brought it back. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I called them. I tried to go online to do just a thing to let them know what was going on. And then it wouldn't submit. It wouldn't let me send it. So I was like, you know what, I'm a call. So because I thought it'd be like 5 minutes. I just wanted to let them know. I don't need a refund, nothing. It's just, that's dangerous. And what I was trying to say to them is, one of the things that they do that I can't stand is there's not enough people there. So they're always rushing and they're not paying attention. So like if you get cheese, they don't put wax between the cheese. And so then you get home, and I live 5 minutes from the grocery store. Okay. And it's mold. It's all like a glob of cheese when you get home. You know what I mean? So I was like, you know what? I'm done. This is like the third or fourth time I've come home from the deli place. I'm going to complain, blah, 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 blah. And then the woman wanted to talk for so long. And you know, if I say that's bad because I talk a lot. You know what I mean? I was just like, let's just do that. She's like, would you mind doing a survey afterwards? Just tell me how I did. I was like, oh my God. I don't know. All I wanted was a sandwich. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. All right. Well, whatever. What can you do? You know what I mean? NSYNC is getting back together. I know you're all big fans. Really? I'm sure Andrea will be going to see that show. Is anyone a fan here of NSYNC?
I used to be.
I don't know which ones they are.
I get them confused too. I'm like Backstreet Boys.
Bye. Yeah, right? That's them. The bye people. They're the what's the lead singer's name? You know, he's the one that with Janet Jackson.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson booby incident. Yeah. He's the lead singer.
That's how we remember the booby incident.
I'm not an NSYNC person, and I'm not a Backstreet Boys, but NSYNC are the dancing ones. Backstreet Boys are the ones that actually, I guess, can sing. And then New Kids on the Block, I have to like because we all know why.
Anyways. What about Menudo? Just kidding.
Menudo?
Just kidding.
Old school.
Wow.
Just kidding.
They're older than we are, I think. No, but I think those were the three. My apologies for saying it this way. Those were like the three white boy bands of the.
What was it? NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, and what else?
New Kids on the Block.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so New Kids on the Block are from Boston. It's all over TikTok. I can't imagine how many people are like, I was like, I'm in the wrong TikTok area. And it's just all about in sync. Yeah. All right. Signs you're getting older. I told
Complaining about surveys.
Yeah.
surveys. Okay, so I was reading this awesome story about Cheryl Lee Ralph, actress, and I'm like, this is such a good article. It's so good. She's amazing. She's great. I'm like, what is this magazine I'm reading? It's my subscription to AA.
Oh, that's funny. That is funny.
Those assholes. I started to get like mail from them. I don't know, maybe like 5-10 years, and I was like, no.
Yeah, but you know what? But we all signed up when that young kid on TikTok was.
Of course, I did.
We all did. Okay.
On that.
Well, listen, every time I stand up,
what?
I said every time I stand up and I hear snap crackle pop, I know I'm old. I'm just saying.
Snap crackle. Oh, because your bones, or whatever. But that young man on TikTok, he was, I don't know, he was like in his 20s or something, I think, maybe early 30s, but he was talking about all the savings he's been having because AARP is actually, you can't discriminate. So there actually is no age level. So now all of the Gen Z people all have AARP cards because and they're going to restaurants and they can't be denied because it's not an age thing.
Wow.
Gotta save that money.
But it's smart. I have saved so much.
I don't blame them.
I'm doing it. So it's $16 a year or something, $12. Did you get a free gift with your subscription? You know what? I did not, but I got a whole bunch of points. And every time you walk or you can put your Fitbit to it and you exercise, you get points to it. And like I send flowers to people a lot. Well, some people. Because I realized no one here has gotten flowers for me. I'm so sorry. Work-related thing. And you get so many savings, and then there are restaurants you can go to and you get savings. I'm all in it now. I'm all in it. That's like my favorite app on here, AARP. I'm even thinking about their phone. They got a phone, AARP.
I just
a flip phone, right?
Every month, I'm like, hey.
My mom, I got her from Consumer Cellular. I got a phone for her from there, and it automatically came with the AARP app. I was like, oh, let me check this out, and I signed her for all that mess, and so yeah.
You should sign up for it. Rick is always blaming his mama for everything he doing personally. He's like, it was for my mom. I'm like,
it's for my mom.
Yeah. So, okay. Other things that make you feel old, good or bad. I don't think it's a bad thing, by the way. I thought that was a good.
I will tell you. So I took one of my daughters to the doctor, just a regular thing, and they wanted me to do all the paperwork and all of that stuff on their app.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let me tell you, I'm not downloading another app for the rest of my life. Literally, pardon me, but fuck you if you want me to download another app. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it.
You are going to do it one other place. I'm going to guarantee you're going to do it.
We were walking in and I told her, I was like, I know I sound like an old Karen, but I am not downloading another goddamn app.
Did you really?
Like, oh my God, Mama. And I didn't. I was like, and I was at the desk and I was like, I'm not.
Okay. When I recently went to get my latest Botox, right? I went to this new place and they handed me an iPad, which I don't use. And they were like, could you just fill out the documents on here? And I was like, okay. And then I was like, do I just use my finger? And they're like, yeah, just use, because I'm used to a stylus, you know what I mean? But they're like, you just use your finger. I'm like, that's weird. And then the keyboard's not a keyboard. It's like I'm like, yeah, no. I don't even feel old. I just think that's stupid. What?
Like, I don't even know really how to use one. They're different.
Yeah, because it's just the pad. Like, it's just like they give you just this. There's no stylus. There's no, but whatever.
Yeah, we have it at my job.
What, you use them at your job?
My mom has the hardest time signing those because when we had people coming in for physical therapy, they're like, "Oh, just sign here." I'm like, "You want me to do it?" I could do it. I'm like, "Okay, you're gonna be here for 5 minutes doing it over and over again."
Do you hear?
No, you know what it is? You know what it is?
Your mom, huh, Rick?
So my coworker has the same problem. She's an older woman, and now we have to like this touch screen where we clock in, and she's the only one that has a problem with it. And apparently, it's as you get older, the skin on your fingers gets very soft. So it's harder for you to use any type of touch screens. So a lot of the older
Maybe you
people
guys could
have
clean your
problems.
touch screen and it'll be easier.
Oh, we clean it for every use.
Just being mean. Really? That's a problem with your finger?
Yeah. So they have trouble like using the touch screen.
You know what? I mean, look I have trouble using it because I just don't like it. So I just don't. I like something more tactile. I still use. People make fun of me. I have my laptop, and I have a travel mouse with me. I do not use that screen thing at the bottom. Never have I. You know what I mean? You know how people use the tracking thing? I always use a mouse. So I just think it's just not something I'm used to. Yeah, I don't know if it's being old, but yeah, I guess so. So now my fingers get. So what's happening to my fingers again? I'm confused. When I get older,
It's softer.
Softer, so then I can't touch a screen.
Yeah, it's almost like you're like I don't know what it is. It's just if your fingers are too soft, the screen will.
That. You know what?
Is it like a dry skin thing? Like you don't have the moisture for it to be as like I don't know.
What you saying? It's too moist.
It's like I don't know what it. Have you ever touched like a very old person's hand? How it's very soft.
Mine is very soft. Hey, if that's one of the things of being old, I'm all for that.
So my skin's getting softer. I'll do that.
After all this, so getting older, you get softer skin.
Can you sign on this thing? No, I got old people fingers. I can't do it.
I know. I'm gonna be like, oh, my hands are too. I'm not gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say, oh, my hands are really, really soft. I can't touch that screen.
I'm gonna use that. I'm using that.
That's what I'm using.
My hands are so soft. I'm gonna need it.
So bougie. It's just too soft. It's not gonna work on the screen. Trust me, I've tried.
I be like, my cousin got COVID the last time he did that. I don't trust that. No, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like that we're getting away from paper, I guess, in that sense, but I really hate those things too. So, any other signs of you getting old?
I keep seeing on my
one of these.
What's that? Oh, blood pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
wait, what is it? You have to take your blood pressure?
Yeah, just to monitor it.
But is that because you're getting older?
Yeah.
Okay, but I've never had to monitor my blood pressure.
Well,
I'm asking, like, should I be? I'm like confused.
Well, no, because I guess my blood pressure is a little high, so they just want to keep track of it.
So they have to keep track of it. So what are the things that they do that they tag you? That's not blood pressure?
No, that's diabetes.
That's diabetes.
Oh,
I see those commercials all the time where they put the thing like that. All right, well, that sucks. That was a downer thing. Not a good thing. How is your blood pressure today? That was it good?
It's good.
Okay, good.
Awesome. On my Facebook and my Instagram, for some reason, I keep getting these things. You know you're old if you know what this is. I'm like, oh, see, I know what that is. I'm old. Man, this sucks.
Melanie, I'm so sorry. With all the walking I do at work, I should subscribe to. You know what? You should subscribe because there's a lot of things based on where you live. So like I live in California and like based in Los Angeles, there's a lot of restaurants or a lot of different places. But then there's also things across the country you can get. So like if you order flowers or whatever from 1-800-Flowers or whatever it is, you get all these discounts and it's free, and yeah, you should definitely do it. I have no affiliation to AARP, but I learned something. I think we all have that stigma in our head that AARP is for old people, but they just advocate for older citizens. We're at the 1 hour mark.
Wow, time.
We don't have to stop, but do you guys have anything else you want to share? Andrea missed a really funny episode last week when we were talking about friends. Her name was brought up like 1 million times.
Yeah. Best friend.
Best friend. I was saying that you are my best friend, and that I guess one of the clips I put up, which was really funny, was Cynthia asked this question like, but do our best friends think that they're our best friends too, right? Cynthia, that's what you asked?
That you're their best friend.
That you're their best friend. And I said, even if I'm not, I'm going to make you be. I'm going to ask you. You know what I mean? Like, you have to see the clip. It's very funny. But it was very funny. But I also mentioned that I knew that Leslie was your best friend. And that I'm nothing. I'm not really. I'm like below her. And then I was crying on the show. It was really sad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's not hierarchical.
I'm kidding. I said there was no competition. I love Leslie.
We're not 12.
Such a good actress. Oh my God.
Crying on the inside.
Crying on the inside. Yeah. Carmen, do you and Andrea sing? Thank you for being my friend.
Every time we hang up, we sing ourselves out. You know?
But we only sing the gospel version, right? I don't think I could do that one. Rick, sing it. Rick, you're the singer here.
But I like when, especially on TikTok, they take that one guy, but who does extra. He's like, oh my God!
I just called it the gospel version.
All these white people mimicking him, like, that's hilarious.
Oh, that is very funny. And then at the end, he takes off his wig. Andrea, you know what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
We'll sing it, and then we'll have Rick do the other parts. I can't do so funny. Oh my God. So, all right, we're at the 1 hour, 4 minute mark. And I have to tell you, as much as I enjoy doing those clips, I'm up all day and all night on the weekends doing it. So until I can afford, once I start, oh, wait, let me just say a few things. You know what? The website is up new. I think, Rick, you've seen it. Cynthia, you said you were going to see it, but you didn't. Rick, you liked it, right?
Yeah.
The website is finalized and up. Please go check out allaboutthejoy.com. I almost forgot the name of my own show. There's a blog post. There's a podcast. There are clips up there. I'm going to have swag in the next couple of weeks. I just got the okay from our lawyer. And we're going to definitely have mugs and T-shirts to start, and maybe a tote bag. And thank you. Yeah, please go check out the website. I could really use the clicks. Just go check it out. Look at it. There's a small blog. I'm just going to do a blog there once a month, just like a paragraph or whatever. Yeah,
Could you do the thing at the bottom with the website so people could remember it?
If I could find it, I would have, but it's allaboutthejoy.com. Everybody knows that, right, babies? Like, I would, but I don't know where it is on my screen at the moment. But listen, I'm really excited about doing this, and I'm really excited that so many people are being so supportive. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't. I thought it was going to take much longer, but I'm really, really happy. And we'll have swag in the next couple of weeks. And I hope you'll all bear with me as I walk through this. But what I'm going to offer is I'm going to offer shirts and cups, and $5 of every purchase item is going to go to a charity of my choice. And I've discussed with a few people what the first charity is, but I'm not ready to announce it yet. And I don't think I want to make big bucks, but I want All About the Joy to be an avenue where we help other people and where we spread joy as much as possible. So anything we sell here is not necessarily for profit, but it's for helping other people as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna need some money, but I'm, I really, really, really want to do some cool swag so that you guys will enjoy wearing it. Carmen is sending out swag for visiting your website. Wow, Under Armour shirts. What is he talking about? I'm confused.
He's just trying to be funny.
Did I miss it? I don't get jokes a lot easily. I didn't get it.
That's why you don't love Lucy. No, just kidding.
Oh my God. Okay, we got to talk about this for a moment. Do you know how many people sent me DMs?
No.
I'm not even kidding, because I've never seen I Love Lucy.
Wow. What about Andrea?
Carmen. All of the shit you give me for all of these movies, and you've never seen I Love Lucy? Not a single episode. You know what? No.
I've never seen a full episode. It's not my thing. We talked about it last
night. Now you can strap her down to a chair.
Wait a minute. You watched I Love Lucy?
I will say I didn't really love
Totally
it, but
gasped.
like, how do you not have watched it?
Because it wasn't my thing. Okay, the other thing I got yelled at before with one of my clients back in the day, I'm gonna say her name, Kim Dower, because she's on my Facebook page. And she got mad at me, not mad, but she was totally surprised because I couldn't name all the Beatles. She was like shocked, and I was like, I know one died. I was like, he's John Lennon, right? But it was just so weird that she got so upset with me about it. But that's how this was. People were not upset; they were shocked and like.
I'm shocked just because like it's entertainment, it's classic television. Even like she's a woman in the entertainment industry. Like it seems to go together. So that's what's shocking about it. Like the Beatles, I understand. I don't, that seems to not be. Like I get that, but
oh, you're gonna get mail. Be careful. Be careful. Let me guess. Probably hasn't watched The Honeymoon.
Nope, she hasn't.
Yeah, like, let me just tell you.
This was part of the conversation last week. It was actually it was a good. Last week was good too. It was a good.
But if it wasn't for Desilu Productions, one of my favorite sci-fi shows would never have existed.
I know. Star Trek. I know.
Star
I know.
Yeah,
that I did know.
See?
I know.
The connection.
Okay,
That's why it's shocking.
Okay, but here's what you're missing. I don't like, and I know you're gonna. The minute I say this, Andrea, it's gonna hit you in the head. Oh, I don't like slapstick comedy. It's not my thing. I don't like kind of that, cheeky. I don't love that. Yeah. So it actually makes more sense that I wouldn't watch it. I
take Three Stooges as slapstick. I don't take Lucy as slapstick. It can be, but not always.
But it's still the same. All of that is in the same genre, like Jim Carrey, Steve Martin. Like I can respect all these people. It's just not something I'm going to watch because of that.
Like I don't like that stuff either. But I just think of like the only reason, probably really, that I watched I Love Lucy is because when I was a kid, there was like 7 channels.
Yeah, exactly.
And I Love Lucy was on.
And what I said, which was kind of mean, I guess. What I said last week was what? I was at rehearsal. I wasn't always watching TV. I wasn't always, and I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just, it's one show, dudes. I don't get one show I didn't watch. I mean, I also don't, the shows that we talked about last week that I was into were later on when I was actually alive. I'm not trying to be rude, but those are the shows I watched. I don't go back and watch shows when I wasn't around. You know what I mean? So Tony said, do you remember you got me for not watching 2001: A Space Odyssey? Because you're a sci-fi fan. If you're a sci-fi fan and you've never seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, then you can't say you're really a sci-fi fan. I have never said I'm a slapstick comedy or I've never said I'm aficionado of all things old school television. Never, not once. Never, not once. You guys can try this on me, but it's not going to work because you're not going to win. I will watch it though. Unlike some people, I'm open-minded enough to be like, okay, everybody's telling me I should watch it. I'm going to try to watch it. I'm not as hard-headed as some people.
I'm not saying you should watch it. I'm just surprised that you haven't. That's all.
Okay, well, I'm surprised you haven't seen E.T. and that you won't. I'm just saying.
You're not surprised that I won't.
I'm not surprised that you won't, but I want you to watch it like before I die. If I die before you, that will be I'm gonna put it in my will.
Oh shit!
Andrea gets any of my money.
She's gonna have it playing at her service.
I'm gonna have it playing at my service. All the music from John Williams.
You're like, yeah, you didn't get invited to the party, but here's E.T., bitch.
Here we go again. Lord Jesus. That's so funny. Oh, we get to the party.
You're gonna think it's a whole remembrance of Carmen, and it's really the movie.
I'm gonna trick her. I am. I'm gonna trick her and make her watch everything. I know, but there's a part of me that there was something I tried to watch the other day, Rick, that you asked me to. Oh, because you were watching the continuation of our favorite show, And I said, I'm going to watch it. And then what did I do? I was like, nope, I'm done. Because I hate that one character. I'm like, I can't watch no more of it. I'm done. I'm done.
I was just thinking, you never watched, or you probably didn't like Three's Company then either, huh?
I respect and love John Ritter with a passion, but I didn't really watch the show. I remember that was on when I was alive. I don't mean that in a bad way, but like these shows that you're all talking about are shows that they weren't on when I was home. And you guys watched it, you watched reruns of it after the fact. So we were older. I don't know why. I mean, I'm going to say something, but it would bring down the conversation. So I'm not going to, but I'm like, I think the reason why is because I wasn't in a stable place to be watching old school television is what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha.
So when I talk about the things I watched, it's because I watched them while they were on. What about the Furleys? I don't even know what that is.
Is that the spinoff of Three's Company?
The Furleys,
right?
They were one of the landlords. Yeah.
Yep.
The Furleys. I don't even know what that is. The digital show is comedy. How do you not like slapstick comedy? What digital show?
He said this digital show.
This is slapstick comedy? This is slapstick comedy. I don't know. Well, maybe if I'm doing it, it's funny. I don't
put
know.
a laugh track in, it is.
We do have that availability somewhere, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah. Oh yes, the spinoff from Three's Company.
Okay.
Yeah, all I remember was the blonde woman doing an exercise video. Or she had a thing where you put in your thighs.
Oh my God. Suzanne Summers.
You're right. She had a thing that I remember being like, I should buy that to work on. And I didn't, but I remember being like, oh, then my thighs would be beautiful. Like, I remember that.
Didn't they have like 3 different women be like the blonde?
Oh, yeah.
On the show?
Yeah, there were multiple blonde roommates.
Oh, see, I don't even know all that. I mean, I remember I liked John Ritter. I don't know why I liked him, but I liked him a lot.
Pie Master. He remembers the name. He secretly has one.
Charlie's so cute. Pie Master.
He's like using it right now.
Hey, Brian.
Brian. Everyone say hi to Brian.
What happened to Joyce DeWitt? I don't know.
What do you mean? What happened to Joyce DeWitt?
She was on Three's Company. She was the brunette.
I think she still acts. I mean, not regularly, but
aren't these people gone already? No, they're still alive. John Ritter.
John is because he was sick.
Yeah,
and I love
Suzanne got cancer and got over it though.
I use it for
your arms.
Okay, can I also say something? I didn't do this because I didn't want to embarrass Charlie when he was talking on the show the other day. But as I was editing, because I heard it when he said it, and I let myself go because I didn't want to embarrass him. And then I saw when I was editing, and I'm just gonna do it now. When Charlie was explaining that he had his office next door to James Cameron and he was the model for the clothing, remember and he said, and I quote, I had a regular middle-sized man's body. I just want to say I'm calling bullshit. Charlie he was like the most, I don't know what he looks like now, but he looks the same, but he was like all muscle tone, like 6-pack abs. He was like perfect body. So I'm just calling bullshit on that, Charlie. That was cute though. I love how you slid that in there. Like, I didn't want to embarrass you, but got to do it now. So yeah. But I thought that was so funny. I was like middle-sized guy.
Before marriage will do that to you. That's
okay, true. Fair enough. But that was during that time, right? That's when you were kind of the model for all of the Titanic crapola or whatever. That's so funny. So I just wanted to call bullshit on that. Yeah, see, here we go. It gets fun later on. I feel like I should plan to do a 2-hour show. Take out the first 30 minutes or something, but I have to go through it all. So are we all going to do homework for next week? Andrea, watch E.T. Cynthia?
No, absolutely not.
Charlie, I was in the best shape of my life. I know, right? When I knew you, baby. Hey. Andrea's going to watch E.T. Cynthia, what's your homework?
Entertainment Tonight.
Rick's
I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna watch.
What?
Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yeah. On that note, yes, do not watch Drew Barrymore. And look at SAG is not saying that at all, but morally, we're saying it. So I never really watched it before, by the way. So I'm at work.
I wouldn't even know where to find it if I had to.
But I was watching her TikToks, you know what I mean? So I deleted those. I took her off of my thing. I'm just sad about it. All right. Protect Keanu Reeves at all costs. Good night. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you all. Check out the website. We'll have swag next week. And have a great one. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. All About the Joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.